Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very welcome back to the channel. And I've got another exciting Rosecraft video. Rosecraft, they came to me last year, and they didn't come to me last year. I started getting them last year, and these made me happy. This was my knife for the year, and amazing. This is the kayak, and this is the only one I can't find in the UK at the minute, but they'll be coming back in, don't worry. But the rest, and a good selection of other ones that I've not got down here, are all in Haynes at the minute, and they've now got these. This is the first time I've had one of their locking knives. These are amazing quality for somewhere around the £60. I'm not this one, this is 20 odd. But these top four and their other slip joints are around the 60 mark, which is amazing. It's the best deal for me. I think it's the best, just by far the best deal out there for a slip joint. If you want a good slip joint, modern slip joint, some designs like the kayak you've not seen before. Andy Armstrong, who used to design for Rough Rider, he's the designer on these. Absolutely amazing. Now, in Rosecraft, there's two other designers. I've forgotten one of their names now. I know I have. But there's one designer there that everybody knows, and that's our Swags. If you remember Swags, she used to work with Rough Rider. She was trained by Andy up to do the presentations on their TV, their live shows, and just advertising their knives. She's a real character of a girl. Just think she's amazing. But she's in the team there, and she's a designer of the knives. I mean, Swags has had some lovely designs of her own. Now she's bringing that into Rosecraft. So we've got Andy on the slip joints, Swags, and the other fella. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. I had it before and I didn't write it down. I'm a plonker, but that's me. So this is what I've got. I've got a locking knife. Now, before I get into it, I had seen this. Now, this was sent to me by Rosecraft. I'm not going to make any excuse. I'd picked it and they sent it to me because I wanted to try Rosecraft locking knives just to see if the quality was as good as their slip joints. Absolutely can guarantee that. I'll show you the knife in a minute. But it's probably not the sort of knife that I would have usually gone for. So although I ordered it from them, I was just trying to test the waters for myself. Now, this is not an apology or anything like that. It's just that this is not something I probably would have ordered. And how many times have we done that? And then a year later, we think, we should have got one of them. Well, this I've not done it this time. I haven't waited. I've done it, and I've been rewarded. Now, here's the knife. Boom. Look at that. It's called the Pocket Monster, which you'll see by the title. Have you got a pocket monster in your pocket? Or have you got a monster in your pocket? Stop it, Stephen. This is a Swags design. And can you tell it's a Swags design? Yes. If you know Swags and you've seen her knives, straight away you can see the design features in this that's in a lot of her knives. It is beautiful. It has got one of these things. Probably one of my least favourite opening mechanisms in the world. Never understand it. But watch this now. You see me with a Jack Wolf, how bad I am at flipping. Watch this. I get it every flipping time on this one. Every time. And it comes out with that thwack. Honestly, I can't feel it. I've never had a front flipper that I can actually do. And if you follow me, you know that's the genuine truth. I have got a front flipper that I can use. Do I think it's wonderful? Absolutely not. It beats me why anybody would want it. But reverse flick on this with a thumb stud is fantastic. Beautiful thumb studs with that pinky purpley colour. Let's say purple for the man and pink for the lady. They'll come exactly the same, but that's what we're going to call them. This is just... And it's quite an odd looking knife. I'm not going to sit here and say it blows me out of the water by its beauty. Now, a lot of people it will do, but not to me. But, and this is a huge but, this looks like a really short blade, and you don't think you could do a whole lot of work with it. It's like like what I would call a sort of, a a box cutter, a little working blade, a stumpy little blade that you can get plenty of power behind, and you can get even more. Look at that! It's beautifully done. This jimping, by the way, phenomenal. So this is what you get. I can get three fingers on it. It doesn't inspire me. It's not something. But if you're a lady, maybe with smaller hands, or a gentleman with smaller hands, you can hold back here and use it. This is not. I don't feel comfortable doing this. I have a large hand. But you step up to this inch long forward choil, and the knife becomes completely just, you see what it is straight away and by the feel of it. And that's the absolutely amazing thing. The feel of this little knife in your hand. It's not a little knife, but it's a little blade. This handle with this forward choil is massive. I can get right up there and I can squeeze my whole finger in there, which I can't do with an awful lot of forward choils. There literally is an inch there, and it's just massive. And look at that. My hand is round this. You've got the swollen end on it here, which is absolutely perfect. It's just a joy to have in your hand. Honestly, it really is. That clip is one of the best clips. I said this when I was doing my introduction to it. That clip is amazing. It really is. You do not feel that. When I'm in that forward choil, I don't feel that clip. I could cut all day. It wouldn't affect me whatsoever because it's tucked right into the fat of my hand there. Don't feel it whatsoever. It's just amazing. The steel on it is the ARP9. What, did I write it down? Did I write it down? No, I flipping did. It's the ARP. It's a powdered metal steel based around the 9CR18 steel, which is equivalent to 440C. So you got a 440C powdered metal version, which was, I think, AEBL or something like that. My steel knowledge is not the best in the world because I can sharpen. I love saying that because when you can sharpen, no steel makes a difference. That's the joy of being able to sharpen. And my sharpening video will be coming this week. I had a few family things happening. I haven't been able to get round to do a video. I needed to get this one out there because these ones have just come back into Heinne. They were out of stock. The first lot just flew out the door. So they're back in again now. And again, so are most of the slip joints. What can I say? I'll show you the measurement. I think it looks to me about 2.5, 2 3/4 inches of a blade. Let's just get my new ruler, which gives me great measurements. It is 2 3/4. God, was good. I am good. But the cutting edge is literally about 2 1/4 maybe. The cutting edge, you got that belly there, so about 2 1/4. Absolutely fantastic. What weight is it, you say? Well, I'll tell you what weight it is. Sure, I always do. No, I don't, but you know what I mean. Here it is. Let's get a weight on it. 3.7 ounces. Like what I said, this is stainless steel. This is not titanium, but you're not going to pay titanium price for it. That's the other thing. This is stainless steel liners. And like this knife, to be this little pocket monster and this, you needed stainless steel liners to give you that weight in your hand for a small knife. For me, this is just perfect. And you say, well, what use is a knife that long? Well, if you don't know that, and I'm sure all of you do, they are so useful. All right, you're not picking at a big knife, to scare people. If you're, in a country that allows you to have a locking knife, that's not going to scare people. The colours put that off, and I'm a great believer in colours take away the offensiveness of a lot of knives. But I'm going to give you an example that I have, and it's one of my favourite knives at the moment, and it's this one. This is the Riv from Ace. You know what it's called. Yeah, Ace. Look at that. The blade is about the same length as that, but look how short the handle is. Now, with their forward choil, I can get up and I just get 4 fingers on it. Just. But it's just as enough. Don't get me wrong. It's enough. And I adore this knife. I use this knife constantly for little jobs around the house, especially. But it will do anything. It's just a fantastic little knife. But this is about £180. Now, you get LMAX steel. That's, it's an upgrade in the steel. But in a little small knife like this, but I don't need LMAX. It takes no time to sharpen it. If you can sharpen, get to the sharpening lessons I'm doing. This is in a powdered steel, the same as that. All right, it's nowhere near got an edge of tension or whatever, but it's stainless, a good level of stainless, and it holds an edge for a reasonably long time. More than a reasonably long time. It holds an edge for a good time. What's it like to cut with? Well, this is the joy of a little knife like this. I mean, you have that there, you have your finger up here in that choil. So when you are holding this, and I think it's the only way for anybody to do it, is put your finger here. That way your cardboard doesn't slip back. If you're holding it back here. Now, maybe if you want to reach something, you're an extended, that's fine, use it. But sneak back up here, and this just makes it, it's just an absolutely cracking little knife. Oh. It really is just a super little cutter. It's effortless. I'm making it look like it's not, but I'm behind the camera. It really is effortless. It's just beautiful. I recommend this. Again, it's out of my comfort zone, right? I have it and I'm quite happy to have it. I'm quite happy to have it in my collection. I genuinely am quite happy to have this. This is like, you know, the dragonfly, they always say you can get 4 fingers on it. It's much smaller than this. You know, the dragonfly is about the same length as this one here. And a basic dragonfly in VG10, which is not a powdered metal, I'll just add that in there, is about the same size as this, and it doesn't have a powdered metal steel, and it costs about £100. This costs 60. It's got a better steel in it. You know, for edge retention and things like that, it's a better steel in it, and you can get a real proper full hand on it, and you're right up to the edge. It is just a gem of a wee knife. Skinner, yep, definitely for small game like rabbits, them other tree rats. Yeah, it's my head's away tonight. I'm trying to rush this out because I just want you to have a go at getting it, because they sold out before. This is £60. It's $59.99 from Heinne. Absolutely go and get one, because yeah, there's lots of other knives in that price range, but they're not the same as this. This is a bit different. And I mean, if you're a female and you like the bright colours, here's another one I've got. Look at that colour. Look at them lovely green or turquoisey pivot colour, and just beautiful. How lovely do they look? For man or woman, I love colourful knives now. And I mean, I'm coming from an age when knives were just boringly brown or black, and that was it. You didn't get much colour difference in them unless you got some nice bone. But this is a working knife. You don't want bone on a working knife. The G10 is so grippy. I'm going to get that up there for you to see it. It's very hard, but in the centre of it, it's really grippy. So when your hands come round, they're in there and it locks them on completely with a forward choil. Incredibly safe to use for anybody. Not that that should be a problem if you're a knife person. But it's there and you've got that comfort. If it's wet and raining, this would definitely hold your hand here without a shadow of a doubt. Really do like it's like very small diamond patterns. But they stick up and it just makes it lovely grip. The grip is gorgeous, but the pocket knife, what a success. Please put that on all your knives, Rosecraft. That is an amazing pocket clip, in and out of the pocket, in hand. It's just, that's a winner, an absolute winner for me. I just think it's amazing. And I have a thing for pocket knives, because when they're uncomfortable, you don't tend to carry and use the knife. You'll go to another one that you know is comfortable. Do you know, I can carry this. The pocket clip is not as comfortable as this, but it's a nicely made pocket clip. Once you get it in it's that meaty part of your hand, it's comfortable. I could work with this longer. So I really do appreciate a good pocket clip. So anyhow, there it is, the Pocket Monster. Please go and try one. It's £60. I just think you want to buy one for anybody in the family. This will do anybody in the family, man, woman, child. It will do. It's a really lovely knife, and I'm really pleased that they're following up these. I'm not going to say they're budget, and they're not budget, but they're just incredibly fairly priced knives for what you're getting. And this is exactly the same, and it's a bit different. But this knife was probably the most polarizing knife last year. It's funny, I was on watching a chat show with Uncommon EDC and Tim's School of Fish, and they had Andy Armstrong on their podcast last night. Please go and see that. Really, really nice. And this was the most polarizing. It was my knife of the year. So I do like things that are made a little bit different, that buck the trend a little bit. Yeah, knives can get very samey. And especially in this middle of the range price, you've got a Lotus of Eevees and all that, and about the same blade steel, the same handle material. But this looks a little bit different. But it functionally wise is way above them. I just think that is gorgeous. Really is gorgeous. So I didn't give you an open length. I'll give you or a close length, I should say. I'll give you a close length just so you see what you're putting into your pocket. What sort of a monster you have in your hands. So it is, it's just about 4 inches, which is absolutely super. What a lovely length. 2 3/4. It really is nice, I have to say. So there you go. I'm excited. I really do like that. And I'm now open to trying more of them, which is nice. Sometimes I take a little bit. I have to get it in my hand. There's something about me that just needs sometimes to get it in my hand, to feel what it's like. And when they have different colours, I think they have a red as well. There might be even more colours. But I just wanted to get this out to you so you can get over to Heinne and get your order in for one. Take care. Paddy's away for a wee cup of tea, and I'm going to play with my Rosecraft, especially the monster in my pocket. Bye-bye now.